Welcome to 4 Ways Investors Manage Their Portfolios. This video reveals how to manage your portfolio so you always know when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. We're really going to roll up our sleeves here and show you the nuts and bolts, exactly how everything works. Number 1, investors can manage their portfolios without VectorVest. Second, you can use VectorVest with your own brokerage account. Investors have been using this method since VectorVest was a printed newsletter delivered each month decades ago. Today, there's tens of thousands of people who use VectorVest with their own brokerage account. Third, use VectorVest with an integrated brokerage account, enabling the Trade Now feature. For this, you must get a brokerage account with one of the brokerages that chooses to connect with VectorVest. And finally, you can use VectorVest with RoboTrader. This also requires having a brokerage account connected with VectorVest. First, we're going to talk about managing a portfolio without VectorVest. Without VectorVest, you have nothing to tell you market trends. No way of knowing when to buy, what to buy, or even when to sell. And the when to buy, are you getting in the market at the right time? Are you buying as the market's about to drop, or should you buy when the market is going down? Maybe doing that so-called dollar cost averaging or trying to hunt for bargains on the way down? Certainly a lot of people who do that just find that the stocks continue to drop. Without VectorVest, you don't know when the bottom is, and you never know when you're right at the top. Or the what to buy column. You get advice from friends, you get advice from newsletters, maybe you watch things on TV, you're trying to figure out what you should buy, but you don't have a way to identify undervalued stocks that are rising in price. And finally, when to sell. This is one of the biggest challenges because none of us investors actually make any money until we exit the position. And we see so many people who are good at identifying stocks that go up in price, but they hold on to the stock for so long that the market turns on them. The price goes down. What once was a winner turns into a loser. Or they buy the stock when the price moves down. They hope that any day now, the stock's going to start turning around for them and so that they can get their money back out. Truth is, that investor would really be better served to exit that position and get into a stock that is moving up in price. At least they won't be sitting around with a stock dragging down their portfolio. Managing your portfolio without VectorVest, you just have no information. You don't know when to buy, you don't know what to buy, and you don't know when to sell. Let's talk about using VectorVest with your own brokerage account. Tens of thousands of people use VectorVest with their own brokerage account. It's a real breakthrough. Let me show you step by step how easy it is to do just that. Number 1 is what to buy. With VectorVest, you have a market timing report, the color guard report. All of that VectorVest's market timing signals are summarized into one indicator. If that needle is in the green, you can look for stocks to buy. If in the yellow or red, buying stocks is more likely to result in a short-term loss right now. It's always right there on your VectorVest home screen. As a retirement investor, you're only going to buy stocks when the color guard is green. And next, you want to look to the right side where you can see the confirm call. The confirm call is your primary timing signal. When this is down, it is best for retirement and prudent investors to hold cash. Aggressive investors may consider playing the market to the downside. For retirement investors, a green light in the VVC price square and a confirm call up are your timing signals. If a green light in the color guard with a confirmed call up, the market trend is up. It's a good time to move to the what to buy section. If the color guard is yellow or red, it is not a good time to buy stocks. If the confirmed call is down, then you're not going to buy stocks on that day. As a retirement investor, it's better to be holding cash than to be buying stocks when the market trend is down. So that solves that problem. You know when to buy, and you know when not to buy. If it's not time to buy, then you move down to step 3 to see if there are some things that you should be selling. As you've seen, this market timing information can really save you from huge losses from a large drops in the market. For right now, let's assume that the confirmed call is up and there's a green light in the color guard. And it's time to move to the next step, what to buy. What to buy option A for retirement investors is the core VectorVest strategy, buying high VST stocks. Within VectorVest, go to the Viewers tab. Once you've clicked on the Viewers tab, select the Stock Viewer and click on that. And that's going to take you to a listing of stocks. These are the top stocks in the database by value, safety, and timing, or VST. Select a couple of stocks that look good to you. Next, right-click to get the option to view a price graph for those stocks. Because this is a list of high VST stocks, you know the stock is undervalued and currently moving up in price at a relatively faster rate than everything else in the market. Your question is, will this upward movement continue? To find out, look at a stock's price graph for three things. Number one, does the stock have the VectorVest buy signal? Number two, is it rising in price over time? And then number three, are the earnings per share rising? If the stock price and earnings per share have consistent growth over the last 6 months, there's a great chance that this stock will continue to rise in price in a rising market. That's the core VectorVest strategy. Identify undervalued stocks rising in price in a rising market. Through this what to buy technique, let's say that you found 5 or 10 stocks that you want to add to your portfolio. Create this list, then go to your brokerage account, enter in the stock symbols, the number of shares you want to buy, and then click submit. It's as easy as that. You've probably already been making trades in your own brokerage account, and you know how to take care of that. After you've executed those trades, you're going to want to record those trades within VectorVest. This way, VectorVest can take care of monitoring your holdings to determine for you when it is time to sell a stock. This way you don't have to worry with it. VectorVest will send you an alert. Let's go through this together. Click the Portfolios tab. Next, click on New. Let's name this new portfolio Stocks I Own. Let's say in this portfolio there's $45,000. Because there's no commissions, we'll input 0 for commissions. Otherwise, VectorVest would keep track of that expense for you to help you calculate your portfolio ROI. Let's add your current holdings. Let's say you bought Apple back in April 16, 2014, and you paid $74.10 for it back then. First, you'll use the calendar to move back to April 16, 2014. You'll put in that Apple symbol. You can get the price at open or close, but let's say you bought it for $74.10 and you bought 100 shares, and then you click apply, and that adds it to your basket to enter. Now let's also say you bought Boeing on June 29, 2016 for $125.75. Many of us did, but then maybe you're still holding on to that. Enter the purchase price of $125.75. Put in 100 shares, and then click OK to add Boeing to your Stocks I Own portfolio within VectorVest. VectorVest gives you a nice graph over time to show how these stocks have performed for you. Continue this process to add each of the stocks that you own to your own Stocks I Own portfolio. And then you can name it anything you want. Stocks I Own is just the name I chose for this example. What's next? A real powerful feature within VectorVest. This is how you generate notifications for the third step of successful investing, when to sell. Within VectorVest, it's called the Portfolio Genius. It's watching over the market and your stocks while you're out enjoying your life. For retirement investors, Genius does the work so that you don't have to worry about the market. Within your portfolio, in our case, just this example, it's called Stocks I Own. Move your mouse up to the top right of the window to the Genius, and then click the Edit button. There's a lot of options, but let's keep this simple. All you need to worry about now is to click the Customize Trading System button. This allows you to manage market timing. If you want notifications via email or text, you can get those when there's changes. Select Automation Rules and click the Stop Criteria tab. This is already by default a trailing stop. It pops up at 15%. As a retirement investor, let's change that to 10% by moving the slider over until it says trailing stop 10%. And then we click the Finish button. You'll want to have the stock send alert only, so you don't want the portfolio to close the position, as the stock will disappear from the VectorVest portfolio immediately, even though you still haven't got to go make the trade at your brokerage account. Next, make sure that the Genius is in the on position, and finally, click Save. Now VectorVest Genius is working for you. It's monitoring your positions, whether you have 2 or 20. Let's say that you wake up next week, you've got VectorVest working for you every day, monitoring your portfolio. There's a green light in the color guard. The confirm call is up. You've done your what to buy analysis, and now you've decided that you want to buy Lululemon. You've gone to your brokerage account, you've entered in the trade to buy that stock. Your brokerage company sent you the confirmation email. Now it's time to enter Lululemon into your portfolio. Go to the upper right of the screen for the Genius. Before you enter Lululemon, you must turn the Genius off. Click Save. Now go to Add Trade. You enter buy long, enter the trade symbol for Lululemon, enter the price that you purchased Lululemon for, let's say $165.25. You bought 100 shares. You click OK, and you add that to your portfolio. Now you must turn the Genius back on. Click Save. It's going to prompt to ask you if you want to apply your stop criteria to all your positions. You do, and you get a little caution symbol there on your right as it's doing it. Next, it's clear, and you've got your trailing stop for all your positions. It's as simple as that. And now you'll be notified when it's time to sell any of your positions. You've got your alert settings right there. You can set it to email you, set it to text you, or use the app. All is as simple as possible. And that's all there is to it. That's the second approach for managing your portfolio, using VectorVest with your own brokerage account. Next, let's show you how to use VectorVest with an integrated brokerage account so that you can use the Trade Now feature. We'll use retirement investors in this example, but it works for all types. Step 1 is when to buy. As retirement investors, you're going to use the same timing signals. Look for the green light in the color guard. Look for a confirm call. Buy stocks online when the confirm call is up and the color guard is green. Step 2, what to buy? Let's say that you use the same core VectorVest strategy. You want high VST stocks. You're going to go to Viewers, go to the stock viewer and get a listing of high VST stocks. These are in the top stocks of the database by value, safety, and timing, or VST. Right click to look at a stock graph. To verify that this stock is likely to continue rising in price, you're going to look for stocks that have the VectorVest buy signal, that are rising in price and rising in earnings per share. When you're ready to buy, what you're going to do is you're going to right click on the stock, click on the Trade Now. That's going to walk you through a couple of steps and you'll have bought the stock. You do need to have your brokerage account connected to VectorVest, and there's a couple of brokerage companies that have agreed to integrate with VectorVest, including Ally and TradeStation. If you aren't currently working with Ally or TradeStation, you do need to open a new brokerage account. It's not as hard as it may sound. You can set up the account within a few minutes and move some of your investment funds into it, and it'll be there within really a couple of days. Once it's set up, all you'll need to do is right-click on any stock within the Viewers tab and click the Trade Now option. That sends the information to your brokerage account, and next you can go ahead and go to when to sell. All right, that's the final step of becoming a successful investor, is when to sell. After you receive the trade confirmation email from your brokerage account, you'll need to enter the purchase into your portfolio. Just as before, let's assume that you use the Trade Now feature to purchase Lululemon. Go to the upper right for the Genius. Before you enter Lululemon, you must turn the Genius off and click Save. Now go to Add Trade. You enter Buy Long, enter the symbol for Lululemon. Now enter the price that you purchased Lululemon for. Let's say you bought it for $165.25. You bought 100 shares. Click OK. You add that to your portfolio. Now you must turn Genius back on, click Save. It's going to prompt you to want to apply the stop criteria to all your positions, and you do. And now you have a trailing stop for all of your positions. This is the same step whether you use your own brokerage account or have an integrated brokerage account with the Trade Now feature. That's it. That's VectorVest with Trade Now. Trade Now is built into VectorVest and it's included for no additional cost. So you see how easy it is to integrate your brokerage account? I'll show you how to get that set up. Within VectorVest, move your mouse to the far upper right of the screen and click the Tools button. Choose the application settings. Next, click on the Trading tab. All you need to do is click on the Add a New Brokerage button to get started. You'll see all the brokerage companies and you can click through to start an application. It can be set up within a few days. Next, using VectorVest with RoboTrader. RoboTrader is an optional feature for those investors who want additional automation. Finally, with VectorVest with RoboTrader, you don't need to worry as much about when to buy, what to buy, or when to sell because RoboTrader takes care of that for you. You're first going to go to Viewers. You're going to go to the Trading System Viewer. And here you'll see several trading systems, and it shows you their performance over the last month or 3 months and 6 months. You have the opportunity to look at them, see the trading system rules. This particular one is a confirm call up. It buys the Russell 2000 winners long, and it tries to maintain 5 positions. It replaces closed positions. It has a 10% trailing stop and a 50% target profit on each purchase. And then also, when the confirmed call is down, it sells shorts, burns vultures with a 10% trailing stop. This portfolio is for aggressive investors. Next, at this moment, the confirmed call is down, so the trading system will play the market to the downside. Let's trade with RoboTrader. Just an example, I'll show you this buying contra ETFs trading system that buys on the DEW. First, you click the RoboTrader button, and here I've got an account with Ally, and so you just select it and click Next. And next, I'll devote $10,000 to this particular trading system. Open RoboTrader, and it populates the stocks that it recommends that you buy based on the system. You can choose them all at one time or just send them all to your brokerage, but I'll just do one right now to show you how it works. You select it, you click Preview Order, and click Place Order. That's all there is to it. VectorVest sends that buy order over to your brokerage account. It's taken care of. And when you hit close, it will pop up into your portfolio. The trading system automatically tracks when to sell. And then even when it sells a position, if the trading system is set up to maintain a certain number of positions and the timing indicator is right, it will alert you to add a new position to replace the sold position. RoboTrader will prompt you on your phone, or you can have it send you a text or an email. If you have the VectorVest app on your phone, which is free for all VectorVest 7 users, it will prompt you when it's time to sell. And then you can execute that trade. After you've executed the trade, if it's time to buy, it will prompt you when it's time to buy. RoboTrader monitors your portfolio in order to make the gains that you see here. And right now, Ally and TradeStation are great accounts to work with. If you'd like to add RoboTrader to VectorVest, just call our product support team at 888-658-7638. They are happy to work you through all the options and get you set up with RoboTrader. These are the 4 ways investors can manage portfolios. You can do it without VectorVest and you don't know what to buy, when to buy, or when to sell. You can use VectorVest with your own brokerage account. You can use VectorVest timing to know when to buy, so you only buy stocks during a rising market. Use VectorVest to know what to buy to find undervalued stocks moving up in price. Then, so you know when to sell after you've executed the trades, create a portfolio within VectorVest. Enter in those trades into the portfolio and use Genius in order to set stock criteria so VectorVest can notify you when it's time to exit those positions. Next, you use VectorVest with Trade Now. Once you've identified that it's time to buy and you found a stock that you want to buy, you can use VectorVest to send that trade automatically to a brokerage account that's connected to VectorVest. Then, after you receive the confirmation from your brokerage account, enter that information into a portfolio. VectorVest will keep track of it and let you know when it's time to sell. And finally, you can use VectorVest with RoboTrader to automate the successful trading systems. When to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. When you have a brokerage account integrated with VectorVest, you can select a trading system, then click the RoboTrader button. RoboTrader will prompt you with trades through the system. As those trades are executed by your brokerage account connects back to VectorVest to populate a portfolio at the prices that you paid for those stocks. Then the system also monitors the market and those positions. And when it's time to exit one of those positions, maybe because it's gone up and now it's time to capture some of those gains and replace it with something else that's moving up, then RoboTrader will prompt you either by text, email, or via the VectorVest app on your phone, whichever you prefer, to give you the opportunity to exit that position. Once you've exited that position, if it's time to buy something else, then it will prompt you again to go ahead and replace that with a new position. You send that to your brokerage account and you're back to your life. Those are the 4 ways investors manage their portfolios. And certainly you can see the benefit of using VectorVest so that you always know when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. You now know more about investing than 99% of all investors. You have a system of when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. Plus, with VectorVest, you have a tool that gives you information at each step along the process. In the first video, you learned about market timing with VectorVest's 5 market timing signals. Most of all, you learned that you should never buy stocks in a declining market. 80% of a stock's price is determined by the direction of the market. You have the odds on your side when you buy stocks in an increasing market. Next, you learn the 3 steps of becoming a successful investor: when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. And rather than one size fits all, you got these strategies based on your own investor temperament. VectorVest helps you find undervalued stocks that are rising in price in a rising market. One of the most important lessons is when to sell. And yes, we understand emotion is involved. You want to hold on just one moment to see what happens. Or worse, you hold on for one more day, a week, or a year. Sell according to the system. When it hits your gain criteria and starts to drop, cut it. You can buy a stock again later when it moves up again, or buy something else that just started moving up. Stick with the system rather than emotion. And we know it's hard. Smart investing goes against human nature sometimes. Finally, you learned how to manage your portfolio. Whether you have a brokerage account connected to VectorVest or not, VectorVest will help you keep track of your holdings, monitor the market, and alert you when it's time to sell. That's all in addition to using VectorVest to learn when to buy and what to buy. VectorVest is a powerful tool, and you know most of what you need to know to use this tool effectively. It's not difficult, and it just takes a few minutes to get your portfolio entered if you haven't already. And then you're up and running. And if you have any questions along the journey, reach out to the VectorVest product support team. This is a North Carolina, USA based team. You get Southern hospitality and great real-world investment knowledge. This team works with tens of thousands of investors from around the world. They can help you with everything from loading the software on your computer, walking you through the timing signals, to helping you choose the stocks you want to buy. Most of the members of the team invest themselves. They use VectorVest with their own investor preferences and can help you find your own path. Call at 888-658-7638 if you are stuck or have a question. The product support team is here to help you. As always, if you come across a friend or a colleague who can benefit from VectorVest, we hope that you'll encourage them to take a no-risk VectorVest trial. And you are welcome to share this video with anybody who could benefit from being able to follow trends in the market. Each day, VectorVest provides a daily color guard report to give you a review of the market timing indicators, highlight methods for choosing the best stocks for current market conditions, and provide you with a long-term context for the day's market activity. Make sure you check those out. And each week, VectorVest provides you a special weekly presentation. If you aren't able to watch the daily reports, the weekly special presentation recaps everything that happened and the trends for the week. Plus, the weekly special presentation gives you important trading insights based on what's happening right now in the market. There's never been a faster, more successful way to master the world of trading. As a prudent investor, your goal is to choose a portfolio of undervalued stocks rising in price with clear criteria of when to sell. There's a lot more than you can learn about VectorVest, how to read all the numbers and what they mean, and we're happy to show all of that as you've become interested. But what I've shared with you here today is all you need to know to get started consistently beating the market, making trades that are winners, and feeling great about every stock in your portfolio, all in just a few minutes.